The number one thing everybody needs is housing. So apartment buildings are first and foremost. Mobile home parks are another good one. The problem with mobile home parks versus an apartment building is scale. You're leasing lots. You really don't want to do the park-owned homes. You want to just lease the dirt. It can be a good investment, but you need a bunch of them. You need big parks and you need a lot of them to generate any kind of income. The financing is a little bit different for mobile home parks than it is for apartment buildings. Apartment buildings are way easier to finance. It's way easier to raise capital for apartment buildings, especially bigger, nicer apartment buildings. And even the value add turnaround situations, those are a little easier to finance and raise capital for. And then if you're developing, that's one of the easier types of assets, types of real estate that you can get money from banks to finance the development. So multifamily has a lot of advantages that the other types of real estate and commercial real estate do not have. Financing is one, raising capital is another. Scale is the biggest one. In multifamily, you can really scale up fast. You can start small, anything over 5 units is multifamily, so you can definitely start small. They use the property's income to qualify for the loan versus the individual. So if you're buying residential, duplexes, triplexes, quads, they're going to look at the income, but it's residential in nature in terms of the loan. Unless you're getting a commercial loan from a local commercial bank, they're going to look more at the borrower in terms of your debt to income, your financials, things like that, than they will the property. When you get into commercial and multifamily over 5 units, it's all about the property and the income of the property, and you can finance as many of them as you want. You can have 10, 50 to 100 to 200. You can have as many properties as you want when you're looking at commercial. On residential, if you're doing residential loans, there are some limits there with the types of residential loans you can get for income producing property. So much easier to scale, much easier to finance, much easier to raise capital for, a whole lot more upside potential.